Of all the consultants that's come out, I like you
I
best.
mean, it would take you a little while, but and then
Yeah.
at the top here you can do fences or slabs or something just
Right.
to
Right.
differentiate. And then of course the walls you could use different blocks too. You don't have to
Well,
use
yeah,
these
yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah. That's one thing
But
Arcus I think has taught me. Like if you see my steps and my walkway up here, it's like
yeah,
a balance of different bricks and blocks and
yeah,
all
it
these sort
adds
of things.
texture
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. I think
Otherwise, it
that's
all looks pretty bland
yeah, yeah. That's one thing I've learned from Marcus.
from
that's
Arcus.
that's about it. From Marcus, that is that I've learned. Did you hear his new song? He made me a new song. Oh yeah,
I
you
heard that. I
responded.
retweeted it. I think.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I saw
I
that.
think I retweeted it or I liked it or something because that it sounded awesome.
It's really good. I was really impressed with
It's
it.
so catchy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was surprised because he started working on this years ago, and he would send me like every once in a while, and I'd be like, it's all right, I guess. Um, I didn't want to offend him because he'd spent so much time on it, but I didn't really like it early on, and
Right.
I didn't know how to tell him this, but yeah,
Well, now
the
he
final
knows.
product's fantastic. Okay, all right. So
Do you
this
want me to
is
take these down?
no, no, leave that there so I don't forget what you've
The
the
vision.
leadership, yeah, the visionary that you are. Um, all right.
Excuse me.
You know, I didn't know I had a nether portal over here. Someone else must have built this because I didn't have it here before.
Well, that's convenient.
Okay. All right. So
Should
you
we should like I can like go around and do like a ring of the one thick ring just because if I do the whole wall you're gonna run out of blocks quickly.
yeah. Yeah, 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 that makes sense. All right. Let me get some
Let me see
dirt
if I
and
can.
I'll well no, I guess I can't do that cuz you're not going to go high enough for that for the dirt.
Where did you? How high did you want to go?
I like your height there. That's a good height that you've gone already. So
Yeah. So here, I'll give you the dirt, and you could just fill in to the edge of the natural
oh, okay,
slope.
you're going to go up that high?
Yeah. So I think this is probably a good height.
What about
And then you just
mobs? I didn't just thought about that.
so lighting has changed in this game.
Yeah.
I think they only spawn in 0 light now, so you can just stick a torch down there occasionally, and you'll be fine.
Right. Okay. I don't have any torches.
Try not to also
'cause-
make this super straight either, because it gets boring if it's just like super straight lines.
So the other thing that Jess was telling me about is
Oh boy.
you were advocating for us to get cows.
I did not say that, Jess.
Really?
I don't think I mentioned cows.
Okay.
I
All right.
mean, if you're into like milk and stuff, sure, get
Oh
yourself.
God,
a
I
cow.
can't imagine milking it. I mean, I used to have to do that when I was a kid. When I lived in Texas, we lived on a farm, and I would have to milk the cows and feed the chickens and all this stuff. And I don't miss that at all. I don't think she. Well, here's the thing. I live in the woods, and she's like, it's okay. We can have the woods can be somewhere where the cows go. I don't think the cows can go in the woods. I feel like wood cows is not a thing.
Good cows.
I mean,
I'm
maybe
not sure
someone
about
knows.
cows. Yeah, maybe somebody know. I'm not sure. I think it's okay. I think they might. I've seen cows with like trees in their pasture and stuff, so I don't think that's a huge deal. But they might, kind of rip apart everything around those trees because they get pretty hungry. Like they can take down some.
Well, that's
crap.
my other worry is like how much could one cow cost? It's got to be because like I know what rabbits cost in terms of like hay expenses, and that's not cheap. And so I can't.
I know what rabbits cost.
I mean, I'm serious though. They eat a
Yeah.
lot of hay. I mean, I know you're going through way more hay for your donkeys.
Oh
Um,
man, yeah.
I
We
can't
go through,
imagine.
like a bale a day between our donkeys.
Are
and
you
our
serious? A
goat.
whole?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! So yeah,
The
we
whole
go
50
through a
pound bale
bell
a
like
day.
a month, and I'm already like, that's like $60 or $70.
That's a pretty hungry. I mean, how big is this bale?
I don't know. It comes. I think it's 50 pounds.
Oh wow, you go through one a month for how many rabbits?
Just two, and some guinea
Seems
pigs
like
too.
you're eating a lot. Okay.
Well, that's their primary food source. Hay
Right.
is their, they eat hay all the time because they got those teeth that never stop growing, and they got to constantly. Or donkeys aren't like that, right? Their teeth don't
No,
do that.
their teeth kind of fall out at like the age of 3 because it's like their baby teeth, and then they get their adult teeth. But then
Oh,
that's pretty much it.
oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know they had two
Yeah.
sets of teeth.
Oh, they got many sets.
Well, that's only two.
Right.
Is
Do as many. I mean, I guess it's subjective.
uh,
How do you want to do this entrance, by the way? Do you want to go right out to where the little inlet is, and then we can create like sort of an entrance wall? That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. I like that. I like that idea.
Okay, you're gonna need a lot of these blocks, by the way, but
Yeah, I'm out of dirt too, so I'm really just kind of out of everything. I was
some
more. You
lighting.
don't have to do all the work. I was more looking for a vision, and then I would do some more on stream or something. I need to do more episodes. Maybe you could join. I don't know what your schedule's like, but maybe you could join me a couple times a month or something. Help me figure out my
I'd be
life.
fine with that. I mean, I have I make room if I have a notice. If I have notice, I can make room for anything.
Okay, all right.
I've been seeing the only thing I have that kind of takes my time is I've been seeing a chiropractor regularly for my back because I've always had like back issues.
Yeah.
So I have been doing that on mainly just to appease my wife because her father is a chiropractor and she swears by it. And I always thought,
I've
not for
always,
me.
I always didn't know. I was always kind of scared of the chiropractor. Like, is that real medicine?
Yeah. So I will say, since I've started going, I have not had any relapses, if that's the word, because I was having some pretty rough days with back pain and like the inability to function because of how bad it was.
I see.
So I haven't had any, and I've been going since May of last year, I believe.
Okay.
So it seems to be doing something, but then there will be times where like I'll go in and you'll be like, "Hey, have you been experiencing pain in this area?" And I'll be like, "Yeah," and then he'll be like, "Oh, yeah, I can tell because of this, this, this," and I'll be like, "Okay,
Huh.
interesting." So then there'll be another time where I'll go in, and he'll be like, "Hey, have you been experiencing pain in this area?" And I'll be like, "No, not really." And that's the end of the conversation. So I don't,
It's kind of like whenever the psychiatrist is like, "Do you know any?" Or not psychiatrist, the psychic is like, "Do you know anyone named Bob? Does Bob ring
right,
a bell?" And you're like,
exactly.
"No."
It's sort of like
They're
throwing out a
like, never
bunch of
mind.
possibilities.
Yeah.
Hey, do you often get up and feel like a little tweak in your back? No. Okay. Well, you will. You might. You might if you continue to live this way. I'm like, okay.
I recently became diabetic, actually, which was,
Oh, really? That's
yeah,
nice.
just out of nowhere. Like I've been going to the doctor for the same primary care doctor for a long time, and he's always checked my blood sugar, like every 3 months or so. And the other day when he checked, it was after the marathon. I think it might have been those fast breaks.
Oh man. Okay, yeah. Continue your story. I need to tell you about the fast breaks.
Oh, okay. Well, he checked my blood sugar after the marathon, and you know the A1C. I don't know if you've had to have this checked, but like it apparently tells you what your average blood glucose has been for the last 3 to 4 months. So it's not like oh, today you've ate a lot of sugar. It's like your body says you've been high, and so anyways, I've changed my diet as a result of all of this. You know how you told me years ago that you stopped eating carbs? I don't know if you still do that.
Keto or
I don't know if you were full on keto, but you told me because you had lost a lot of weight. This was many years ago. This was like
oh yeah,
when I
yeah.
saw you at the last Minecon. So that was like
Yeah,
what,
that was a long time ago.
2016 or something, 15.
Yeah, it was basically just cut out carbs completely and you're golden.
Well, that's the thing about being diabetic is those carbs transfer into sugar so fast that's kind of what I've
Hmm.
done. And it's been about a month now. It's been 29 days since I found out. I only know this because they gave me this thing that I stab into my arm. Instead of like pricking my finger every day or every
Yeah.
so often, I just have this needle that's just permanently in my arm. And I have to rip it out every 14 days and stab another one in.
Oh,
But
that sounds terrible.
well,
They
it's
have
not.
technology for that nowadays.
It's kind of cool because I just tap my phone against and it tells me like it checks every 15 minutes and keeps track of my blood sugar, and so I can just see it. But yeah, I cut out carbs basically is all I did to change my diet, and my blood sugar has not gone out of range in 29 days now.
Oh,
But I've also lost 30 pounds in 29 days, which is faster
nice.
than you're supposed to. So I'm hoping that
Yeah,
slows
but
down a
still
bit.
awesome.
Oh, it's great. I gained weight because of COVID, so I was up to almost
Oh,
280, and I'm
they don't
down
call it the
30.
COVID-19 for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So there's that. But yeah, what's the deal with the fast breaks?
Okay, so I got home after the marathon, and all I could talk about was these fast breaks that I tried. To my wife, I'm like, listen, this thing was amazing. I need to find the equivalent in Canada because guess what? We don't have fast breaks in Canada.
Can you order
Because
them on like
Canada,
Amazon or something to bring them in, or is it like is there?
well, so Christmas comes around. I kind of forgot about it, right?
Uh huh.
Christmas comes around, and I'm shaking these gifts, and it's like, huh, what the heck is this thing? It feels really heavy, and kind of like it feels like there's a stack of paper or something on inside this box.
Yeah.
Open it up, and my wife has gotten me packs and packs. I think it was a what was the amount you got on yours?
I think like the full case. I think is like 18, 24, something like that.
It was something like that. It was the big sized ones.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, a week later they were all gone.
See, that's what. So here's the thing. So with carbs and sugars or whatever, because you were keto, or were you actually fully on keto whenever you?
I was keto for a little while. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so you know how that works. Well, so my nutritionalist is like, don't go over like, well, she wants me to eat like 40 carbs a meal or whatever, 40 to 60. But I've been keeping it like around like 30 or whatever. Well, one of those bars, one king size bar is 96 carbs.
Yeah,
So,
it's pretty crazy.
and yeah, at the marathon, I was eating like 4 a day.
Yeah, no, I limited myself to like one a day, but somehow 18 of them disappeared. I think it was 18 now that I think about it.
Yeah.
18 of them disappeared in like a week. So I think she had a couple, but mostly me. Mostly me. It was like a little treat, a little tiny treat after a meal.
Yeah, yeah. I honestly think I'm gonna buy some. I've been talking about it because I've been doing so good on my blood sugar, and I'm just gonna cut them up. We're like, remember the Seinfeld episode where Elaine was working for Mr. Pip or whatever, and he cut the Snickers bar up with a fork and knife.
The knife and fork, the
Yep.
classy way.
Yep. I think I'm gonna eat fast breaks like that, only just one forkful a day.
If there are any Canadians out there that have not tried fast breaks, you do not know what you're missing. My goodness. And they are gluten free.
They are gluten free. That is true.
Yep.
That's true. They're not diabetic free though.
No, they're not. They're not sugar free. They're not fat free. They're gluten free.
But I found a lot of really good. I'm sure when you did keto, you looked like I found this bread by a company called Sola, and it's like 2 carbs a slice. I found a bunch of stuff, and so at first I was a little worried. I was like, oh man, what am I going to eat? But I've managed to find all these things. Oh Jesus, I closed my game, tabbed right out. But I managed to find. So I basically feel like nothing's changed in terms of what I'm eating for the most part. So yeah.
Yeah, I think I've been gluten free for 2 years now. And yeah, at the beginning it's like, oh, this is gonna be tough. But honestly, like everything, they make everything for every situation.
Yeah. Do you have the
you're not gonna
celiac or disease, or are you just gluten free
No.
by choice?
I'm like Matt, gluten free by choice. I get some bad reactions, like
Okay.
really weird reactions too, like tingling hands and feet. That's a strange one. Headaches obviously is heart palpitations. That's a
Oh my
scary
goodness.
one.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, when I eat gluten, but I'm not. I don't think I have celiac because I have eaten gluten, like if we're out or something. I'm like, okay, I think I'll just try it today and see what
Right.
happens. And I don't really have any adverse reactions. I
Right.
think it just happens occasionally. So I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so maybe I should see what. But apparently you have to like eat gluten for like 8 months straight or something. Or 6
Yeah,
months
that's what
straight.
Matt's telling me from the test. Yeah,
There's
you just got to
no
go
way
like
I'm gonna do that.
gorge on gluten.
No, it makes me feel so bad if I eat a lot of it. There's no way I'm gonna last 8 months doing that stuff. So
Right.
not a chance.
You talking about your back. We just bought a new bed for our house. What kind of bed do you have?
I
Do you know
haven't
this?
changed my mattress in probably 7 or 8 years ish, so I don't know. It's
Okay.
very firm. I'll say that.
Oh, you like the firm? Okay.
I don't like it, but with my back issues, I find that
Oh, it helps. So I spent way too much money on a bed. We went shopping because since I've moved my office. I don't know if I've told you all this, but I moved my office up to what was my grandmother's house when she passed away last year. I finally got everything kind of situated, and I moved my office out of my home, and I'm now working in what was her house.
Right.
And so our bedroom, my office at home used to be the master bedroom of the house, basically. And so Jess was never a fan of the fact that we slept in a closet. And
You don't say.
Honestly, I'm an advocate for the closet sleeping. It's not actually a closet, but it's a very tiny room.
Right.
A very small room. I just yelled at this person. I didn't know my caps lock was on. Hello.
Really excited to see.
But the room just basically fit a queen bed and then like room to walk on each side of the bed. So it is very small, but I like a very dark room. I don't like to watch TV in the bedroom. I don't want to do anything in the bedroom but sleep, basically. So I love it, and like it's easy to like you got the humidifier in there, and it's not a huge room to keep humid or whatever. I don't know. For me, it's just great, but she didn't like it. So and also we had a queen size bed, and I didn't like that because she sleep talks, and the further away I can be from that, the better.
That's hilarious.
It's a
Think
nightmare.
of the conversations.
It's insane, honestly. I don't know if you've ever slept with a sleep talker before, but
I have not. No.
it's wild because at first when she first moved in and I wasn't used to it, I would think in the middle because we'll literally be sleeping and then suddenly she's help, help,
Oh no.
and I'm like, oh no, what do you need? And she's asleep. So
She's mad at you because you woke her up.
well, yeah. She's like, I'll wake her up. She's like, what do you need? I'm like, what do you need? You're the one
What do
yelling
you
for
need?
help.
You're asking for help.
And then there was just all kinds of things. We got an app and it would record everything she said, and most of
I've
it
heard that.
is
I've heard about. Actually, a friend of mine does sleep talk, and she records her conversations regularly, and she will play them on her Instagram account, like her stories, and it's hilarious. Some of the stuff that.
yeah. There's I would share some, but they're not. A lot of them are not G rated, honestly.
Oh wow, really?
Oh yeah, I'll tell you some when we're not recording. Just wild stuff. But yeah, what I've noticed though is I'm not a great sleeper. I have sleep apnea, but I have a CPAP and all that. This whole episode is just me telling you my health issues. And I roll a lot, and I think this new mattress is going to help with that. Because I think I get uncomfortable and I roll. That's what my doctor told me. He's like, if you get a new mattress, it'll probably fix your sleeping problems. But what I've noticed is when I disturb her, then she talks more. And so I think what's happening is she's kind of waking up a little bit for me rolling and stuff, and it makes her talk more. And it's like this cycle where I'm rolling and I don't really wake up, and then she starts talking and I do wake up, and it's like we're fighting each other basically.
It's a vicious cycle of conversation.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm hoping this new bed will solve all of these problems. But I got a Tempur-Pedic, and it was so expensive, but it's the nicest bed I've ever put my body on. So I'm so excited for this thing. And I guess they're made in a way that like they keep cool, like based on how warm you get, the bed like compensates and continues to get cooler and cooler.
I love a cool bed.
Me too. And so I'm really excited about this. It gets here on Friday, and it's a king size, and I've only ever had a queen bed, so I'm just
king size. It's gonna change your life.
I think so. I think because whenever this is the marathon again, we were in that big, huge, humongous room, and I don't know. I think that was bigger than a king. I don't know what size that bed was.
That could have been. I think the California king is the biggest.
Yeah. Well, there's an Alaskan king too that's bigger than that.
Really?
Yeah. So the California, I've done a lot of bed research. The California king is the same width as a normal king. It's just longer, but the Alaskan king has more width to it. So you get more roll around. Yeah.
Is it made of polar bear pelt?
Thing is, I don't know what you do for a box spring because the king normally is two twins. So like, what is it, two fulls or something? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure the modern mattress does not need a box spring. Well, I guess it depends on your bed, really.
That's true. That's true.
Because I've never owned a bed with a box spring.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, all my
I've
beds
never
have been,
not.
like,
I didn't know you could go without.
Yeah. It's just a box spring is literally just like something to support your mattress. It's not. It's nothing special, really.
Huh. Okay.
As far as I know, I mean,
I don't know. When we bought the bed, they were just like, you need the box spring, and so, but they didn't charge us, so it wasn't like they were like, you were gonna rip this guy off.
Right.
I don't know.
Okay, well, at least they gave it to you for free. Maybe your bed Did they ask about your bed? Like, do you have a box spring now?
I do now, but we had a queen bed, so we're just getting rid of that completely. Like that's just gone.
I see.
So we got a new bed
so
frame.
Did you buy just the? So what did you buy at that place? The mattress and the bed frame, or just the mattress?
Just the mattress. I'd already bought the bed frame.
Interesting.
Jess is just trying to remodel my entire life, honestly, and she's
that's what happens.
Well, you told her she's in charge, Beef. So ever since then, I'm telling you, anytime we have a conversation, she said, "Beef says I'm in charge."
I don't know if That's. I mean, I'll take the blame for it if she wants me to.
Yeah, I told her I was
I
recording with
appreciated
you
the drive
today.
to the airport, so I guess I could take the blame for all of your marital problems.
Yeah, I told her I was recording with you today. She's like, "Oh, I like him."
There you go. She really wants a donkey.
Oh, she wants a donkey so bad. But what she wants more than a donkey, honestly, is baby cows. And I keep telling her a baby cow becomes an adult cow. So,
Yeah.
you know, but
There are smaller cows, but I think they're still big in terms of an animal.
yeah, she wants the really fluffy ones, like the hairy.
Yeah, the Highland cows, I
Yep.
think they're called.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Same thing with my wife. They should talk.
Oh no, don't do this. She'll tell her she's in charge too.
Yeah, and then I'm in trouble. My wife knows she's in charge, so it doesn't really matter. It's too late.
No, I'm saying she'll reinforce it with Jess. Jess will really know she's in charge
yeah,
then.
she definitely will. 100% she will. Did I tell you, by the way, she actually, you mentioned a CPAP machine. She runs pretty much a sleep apnea center. Not
Oh.
a center, sorry. She sells the equipment.
Okay.
So, and she says it's like super helpful to people. Like it changes people.
Oh yeah, no, for real. Like before and the thing is, back when I was married to Crystal, she would always say that she thought I had sleep apnea because I'd wake up at night or whatever and be like I was choking and all this. And you probably heard Badge complain from wherever he'd stay.
I've been in a hotel room once with you, and I can tell you have sleep apnea.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I forgot that was in Chicago. No, San Francisco. Somewhere.
Somewhere. Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
It was for a marathon. I think it was San Francisco because we went to the Twitch offices. Anyways, that part's not important. Yes, I definitely had sleep apnea, and it got worse over time. And whenever I finally went in and did the sleep study and stuff, it was to the point where during the day, if I just sat down on the couch, I would just fall asleep. It's like, oh, well, I'm gone now. And so I couldn't really do anything without falling asleep and being constantly tired. And literally right after I got the CPAP, it just changed. It just like a light switch. I'm get full rested every night and everything, which was funny because when Jess moved in and she started sleep talking real bad, I knew that I wasn't sleeping as well because I suddenly started feeling like I did before I got the CPAP. I was like, you know what, this is actually a problem because it feels like I don't have my CPAP anymore. But yeah, it's your wife is not wrong. It was definitely the best thing I ever did, and I'm hoping the bed's even better. Because I have back trouble too. My lower back hurts, and I'm hoping it's just the bed.
It probably is.
I went and got X-rays, and they're like, you have degenerative disc disease or whatever.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, and I guess that the words sound worse than I guess it is. I guess it's just like that just means you're fat.
Really? Because it sounds like your discs are degenerating.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I said to my doctor. I'm like, oh no, is this it? Is it time for hospice?
Is this it?
And he's like, nah, you just need to lose some weight. And I'm like, okay, cool. And that's basically the same advice they give me for the diabetes is just lose some weight, stop being fat, and you'll be fine. So I'm working on it.
Yeah, it's a process. I mean, I was down a decent amount, and I'm back up again just because it's not sustainable. Things are too delicious.
It's those. I'm telling you, those fast breaks aren't going to help.
Those fast breaks are trouble.
All right, I've out of dirt. I feel like we've gone. I don't know how long I can't see because my recording setup here is weird. It's on another computer miles away.
Yeah.
But
about 50 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's insane. I didn't realize. I thought at the most I thought it was 30.
Well, I'm just filling in some dirt. By the way, I'm mixing in coarse dirt with your dirt placement just so that you get a little bit more texture when things grow in.
That's smart. That's smart.
All about texture. Remember the teachings of Arcus.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you were able to join me and help me.
Fun.
This is. I wouldn't have thought to do this way with the path, and this is really good. I think this is the way to do it. So maybe you can join me again, and we can work on the next layer. I'll try to stream
100%.
some and like get this filled in, and then we can move on to houses next time you're able to find some time to.
Yeah, and then you can like put different houses on different heights. That's the best part about the Cove. You can make it really look, and you can even put houses where you have room. You could put houses like down on this path that we just made. Then put trees down there and bushes and benches and all kinds of wonderful stuff. It's gonna look gorgeous.
Okay, all right. I'm glad you have a vision because I'm blind. I truly am.
It's looking good.
All right. Well, thanks, Beef, and we'll see you next time.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Bye, everybody.